Are you looking for a neighborhood under the price point of $500,000 right here in the middle of Greensboro, North Carolina? If you are, then today you're going to want to check out this video. My name is Meredith Parsons. I'm a realtor. I live here and love it here. I want you to move here and love it here as much as I do. And if you could do this, it would be so awesome. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because each week I'm going to be taking on a little tour, a little venture of all things Greensboro Tri-area, and I wouldn't want you to miss out. You ready to go check out the 3 neighborhoods under $500,000 in Greensboro? Let's go. So we are here today in the neighborhood of Latham Park, which I love because this is where I bought my first house. And so we are located just north of downtown. Latham Park is called Latham Park because there is a park right here. It's right down the road. And I do love this neighborhood. Of course, if you've been here before, you know I love old neighborhoods and the older houses and the big trees and all the things. It's got sidewalks for you to walk on. Not every street has sidewalks, but a lot of the cross ones do. This is located right next to the park. It's off of Elm Street. It's sandwiched on Battleground and Windover, so you can get around and get places very quickly. You can be to the airport in 15 minutes, and you can be downtown in like 5. So this neighborhood was predominantly built in the 40s through the 60s. So some of them are bungalows, some of them are Tudors. So the houses here range, the average price here is $565, but they range in price from $237 to $660. This is from June of 24 to 23. And some of them are just tiny little bungalows. Like my first house was 1,150 square feet. It was a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house, and it was perfect, right? It was perfect for a single woman. They range in size from the past year from 1,000 square feet to 3,100 square feet. And the lots here are kind of smaller. Some of them are 0.16 to a quarter of an acre. I bet you some may go up to a third. I would say most of these do not have a garage. Unless you've built one and added it, the lots just aren't big enough, and houses of this era don't really have them. But you are, you're right in the city. So the taxes here are 1.4%. There is no HOA, so you can do whatever you want. What I do love about green spaces here is that you're close to them. Like Latham Park is right there. You can hop on the Greenway and go downtown. You can get to the skate park that they have, which is basically in between here and downtown. There are tennis courts at Latham Park that you can go and play. So there's lots of spaces close by for you to be outdoors, but it's a very walkable neighborhood because they have sidewalks. It's not really cut through, and I would say it's a good mix of people that are living here. Families, single people, people that are downsizing. But what the neighborhood does have, I'm going to show you right now, is a playground for the kiddos. So shopping-wise, you're close to things because you're right off a Battleground. Everything's right there. You could be to 2 or 3 grocery stores in 3 to 5 minutes. Schools that you would be slotted for are Irving Park Elementary, Mendenhall Middle, and then Page High School. So I do love this neighborhood. But maybe it's just because I lived here. I don't know, but it is a good neighborhood. I love the vibe. I was certainly happy here. I wish I'd kept the house. That's a regret. We are in our second stop, and we are in the neighborhood of the Cardinal. Now the Cardinal is on the western side of town, and this community is a golfing community, but you don't need to golf to live here, right? That's only if you want to. You would have to pay that membership. But this area is great because they offer a lot in this neighborhood. They have walking trails, they have playgrounds for the kiddos, that type of thing. Now, it is a neighborhood that does not have sidewalks, but as you can see, the roads are really wide. So this neighborhood, which I love, has a wide variety of houses. So because it was built from like the 70s to like really more the 90s, I do love that it has different style houses. And I also love that it's an established neighborhood. It has big trees. I'm always feel like I'm gonna gravitate towards that more than I am towards like new construction where there's not landscaping. I think it softens it. I don't know. I mean, you could plant stuff, it'll grow for sure, but there's just something about the big trees and the established landscaping that I love. So where this is located, you can get places very quickly. You're right off of Bryan Boulevard. The Loop is right like super duper close. If you go one exit up, you could be at New Garden for shopping, grocery stores, that sort of thing. You're like 5 minutes to the airport, and then I'd say it's 15 minutes to downtown. Let's talk house pricing here. So this neighborhood does have townhouses, and it does have houses, single family houses. So the average house price here is $432, but they do range in price from $280 all the way up to $590. The square footage had ranged from 1,800 to 4,600 square feet. So there's all different size houses out here. There's something for everybody. These lots are about a quarter acre of a lot. These houses are so pretty. And then you have this one here, right here. I mean, completely different. I love that. So that's what you're kind of looking at here. 3 to 5 bedrooms, 2 to 4 baths. I would say the majority of these have a garage. You're in the city, so it's 1.4% on taxes. And you do have an HOA here. The HOA here is $120 for the year, so it's very minimal. If you did want to join the country club, that's a whole other story. I don't know how much that costs. They do have a swim and tennis here at the Cardinal. You can join that. But in terms of green spaces, you've got walking trails here. Borough Mill's like 10 minutes away. Country Park's 10 minutes away. And schools that you would be slotted for are Pierce Elementary, Coronado Middle, and Northwest High School. We are at our third and final stop, and that is in the neighborhood of Fisher Park. Now, Fisher Park may be my favorite. And then we're not supposed to have a favorite, but this one's probably my favorite neighborhood of the day. You can see where we are located downtown. This neighborhood is a historical neighborhood. You know, I love my historical neighborhoods. So this one is basically your downtown. So this is the first subdivision ever created in Greensboro. Now, when I went back, the oldest house I could find was from 1900. And so it was first started, and then they built it around the 12-acre park that they have. But what I love about this neighborhood is that they're all so different. Like I said, you're downtown, so you've got all the amenities downtown. You've got restaurants you can go to. There are churches close by. I think if you were lucky enough, you would be able to go out and see the fireworks from the Grasshoppers Stadium when they play at home on Fridays and Saturday nights in the summer. I love the history, I love the charm, I love the big trees, but I also love that you're like close to everything. You'll find in Greensboro that everything's like 12 minutes. Everyone that's moved here has said, everything's like 12 minutes away. How does that work? And I'm like, I don't know, it's magic. We did it for you, right here. So you're close to shopping, you're close to highways. The airport is 17 minutes away, but you're downtown. So that's kind of what you're like giving and taking here. The average house price here is $497,000, but they range in price from $246,000 to $1.2 million. I mean, there are some really, really nice, huge, expensive houses here. But for the most part, there's a mix, right? Like there's a mix of smaller houses and then a bigger house. And then we have these like very big, grand homes. They range in size between 825 to around 6,200 square feet. This is me just going back just a year. Again, this is June 2024. We went back a year to June 2023. So don't call me in a year and say, or 2 years and be like, well, I want this price. That won't happen, because I've had people call and I'm like, that $250,000 house is now like $350,000. So depending on when you call, please don't hate me that these numbers may not stick forever. Do they have garages here? These smaller homes on these smaller lots, probably not. These lots are tiny. They're about like 0.18 to some of them being half an acre. Those half an acre lots are gonna be these like big grand homes. Your green spaces that are close by, Country Park's not far away, but you still have Latham Park. So if you go back The first neighborhood we looked at, Latham Park's right there, the skate park's there, the downtown greenway's here. You could get out to Country Park if you wanted to in Burr Mill. It's gonna be like 15 minutes to get out there. I'll just say 12, because everything takes 12 minutes. And if you were looking into the schools here, you would be at Irving Park Elementary, you would be at Kaiser Middle, and you would be at Grimsley High School. Or Worley's, that's where we go. So yeah, I mean, this has been a good tour. We've seen lots of good houses, lots of good neighborhoods, all priced under $500,000. If you've got any questions or comments, or you want to see other neighborhoods, please put them in the comments below. And come back next week, because we're going to be looking at houses under $600,000 in the city of Greensboro. I appreciate you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.